Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do something a little bit different to celebrate the 100 subscribers that the channel has received so far. As of this moment is actually 107. I'm a little late getting this video done, but that's all good. So today's video will not be a Risk game or any other game. It will be a video showing the creation of my new intro that started appearing on my videos for the last week or so. And we'll walk through that, and then at the end of the video we do have a very special giveaway. It is related. That's a hint. Without further ado, let's get into the video. My original channel avatar or profile pic was this kind of grumpy looking dude who does look like me, but this was made in like half an hour, just when I started getting traction on the channel, just to have something in the little profile pic. And yeah, I wasn't really super happy with it, so I knew I was going to change it at some point. So when I got close to 100, I thought that would be a good moment to do it. So moving on from there, we have some initial sketches, different ways to go, different styles. These all actually look like me in some various way. So I ended up with this pic at the end, which kind of resembled a Funko Pop figurine, which I kind of thought was cool. So I went with that. Once I had the initial sketch, I scanned it and brought it into Photoshop. I initially just did some tweaks to make it a little more symmetrical, and then decided to just do a rough outline on one half and flip that, and that would give me a very good outline or template to ensure that the sketch was in fact symmetrical. So once I had that red rough outline, I went back to the sketch and kind of pushed and pulled it in various places to come closer to that template. So once I had it where I wanted it, I then brought that into Illustrator, then further refined it. I started using the symmetry tool within Illustrator, which ensured that the end result would be symmetrical. So using the original sketch as an outline, I then refined it, and once I had that in a place where I liked it, I then eliminated the original sketch and then just tweaked the blue outline elements. So the first thing I wanted to do was, he was initially grumpy again, so change the eyebrows, change some of the facial features, and then take the mouth and make it more of a smiling, laughing type expression. Or is it a hey? I can't really tell. So once I had this tighter sketch where I wanted it, I then started in on the final sketch by using black outlines. This would be the final line work that would appear in the illustration. The crisscross pattern that I'm doing here is a technique that allows the corners to be very sharp. So afterwards I will eliminate all the extra little bits off of the line work, which will leave nice, clean, sharp corners. So with all the line work cleaned up, I then go in and add some more line work that is filling in some of the details. I wanted more details in the hair and facial hair areas to help add areas where different colors could be incorporated, notably the graying of my temples and beard. Here I'm adding my signature V-neck t-shirts with just a little bit of collar detail to add some texture. Again, cleaning up all the leftover little bits that help create nice clean lines. So once that's done, I bring it back into Photoshop and start the coloring process. Initially, I will just select each area and give a fill color that is somewhat representational of what the end color will be. So each color section is on its own layer in Photoshop, which allows for easy fine-tuning and editing afterwards. So then I create a layer that will be the shadowed portions of the illustration. I just draw them in black with the layer set to more transparency. I can make the shadows darker or lighter as needed. Here I'm drawing just the shadows on one side of the face, then be mirrored onto the other side. So here I'm adjusting the background, just adding a little more light and shadow. I initially wanted to do blue, and I did try a few different colors, but blue was a good complement to the colorful frame and the skin tone. Here I'm adding some gradients just to give some more form to some of the shapes of the face and shirt. into some final lighting and darkening of some of the specific areas. Here I'm adjusting the frame. I know I wanted to have the sort of this subtle illusion of some lighting on the frame, so I make the upper left corner more of a brighter golden tone, and then I add some cool tones to the bottom right corner. So once that's done, I bring the whole thing into Adobe Premiere, and I'm going to create a small sequence. I think it's like 10 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds maybe. Initially I'm just playing with getting some drop shadows happening. So you kind of work this up in stages, get it in, see how it looks, and then you can do your basic motion, and then add any secondary motion that you want to add after that. So here I have just the basic motion of it dropping down. I know I want to add a bounce to it. I've chosen a stinger piece of music that evokes sort of a cartoon vibe, and I want to have sort of a comic motion to the logo. So I know I want it to bounce, so I then go in and create my text in Photoshop, and then I'll import that text. That will be the surface that the logo will bounce on. Here I'm playing with different sizing of the font. I will eliminate the black outline that you see here for a cleaner look. So once I have that in place, I then fine-tune the motion of the bounce. I'm also adjusting the lights on the background, and I darken the whole thing to give it a little bit more mood. I do start with a fade in from white, which I will eliminate before it's finished. So once that's done, I determined that I wanted to have the head within the logo do a little bounce as the whole logo bounces. So sort of a secondary animation, just gives it a little bit more life. So that was separated out and animated individually to have its own motion. I tune up the lights. I'm going to give them a little bit of motion. So as the sequence plays, the lights rotate into position. Just adds a little bit more life. So my final detail that I add is adding blinking eyes to the sequence. So I bring it back into Photoshop, I create a second head, eliminating the open eyes and creating a set of closed eyes. So it's the most basic of animation, being only 2 frames, but we'll just add a little bit of life to the sequence. So once that second head is created with the closed eyes, I go back into Premiere and then determine where in the sequence I want the eyes to go from open to closed. So once when it bounces, and then it will do a couple of other blinks in a row, and then a space, and then a couple more final blinks at the very end. So this is how it finally looks. And one more time. All right, time for the big giveaway. To celebrate 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away up to 4 hours of my design and illustration time to create a custom avatar or profile picture, which the winner can use on YouTube, Discord, or any other social platform that they choose. It can be printed or they can do nothing with it. Entirely up to them. To enter the contest, all you need to do is comment on this video or any subsequent video until the contest closes. Now the goal of the contest is to reach 200 subscribers. So at the moment 200 subscribers is reached, the contest will close and comments will be randomly chosen. So one comment will be randomly picked from each video that is published between now and 200 subscribers. And of those comments, one winner will be picked. So that could be 3 comments could be picked, and then one winner out of those, or 15 comments could be picked if there's 15 videos, and then one winner will be picked out of those. So the more videos and more comments, the less chance of winning. Fewer videos that are published before 200 subscribers, then the higher the chance of winning. So there is some fine print for the contest, which you can read here. You can pause each screen and read through it, or this is also published in the video notes down below. So read through it and comment on this video, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and let's have some fun with this. If this is successful, then we can do it again. And if it is not, then we will not be doing it again. It's a little outside the focus of the channel, but thought it might be a fun thing to do. So let me know what you think. Your comments can be positive and supportive, or they can just be, hey, and that's fine too. All right, well, let's get this going, and we'll see you in the next video. So until then, take care and good luck.